It's the NBA. Welcome to our Sunday night broadcast here on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and a pair of Hall of Famers with us, Doris Burke and David Aldridge. Here we are in November. Let's see how things are shaking out in the West early in the season. You take a look at Los Angeles. A terrific position for them as they hold up that illustrious top spot, but it's a long season, as we all know. And, of course, there's Utah. Quite a few spots down the ladder right now.
And right now for the Clippers, they've gotten off to a terrific start this year. We knew they were capable of playing terrific basketball, and so far they have not disappointed.
Yeah, and there really hasn't been any feeling out process for them at the start of the season. They were in peak form immediately.
And checking out Utah's opening lineup, the pairing up front, it'll be Collins and Kessler. Sharing the wing spot, it's Clarkson and Markkanen. And it's George in at the point. And for the Clippers, the guard pair, it's Harden and Powell. And small and power forwards, Leonard and Batum. And it's Zubac in at the center position. And here's Clarkson. He brings it up for the Utah Jazz. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Sacramento.
Painful to watch, guys. You could see their frustrations mounting, unable to get into any kind of a rhythm whatsoever.
I thought they were outworked and outplayed in just about every phase of the game. Maybe that's one of those situations where you say, hey, let's move on.
And here's Harden for good. Another from three.
And each and every game, every year, I'm blown away by his consistency from that range.
Well, you look at him now, he's tied for second most threes in NBA history. I mean, that's mind-boggling.
And the guy he's locked up with, Ray Allen, maybe the smoothest shooter we've ever seen, hit 40% from distance for his career.
Yep, that one goes in there. In this early bit of the season, Greg, how important are team goals?
Well, Kevin, you have to be working towards something, whether it's a specific rank or a record. Early goals help you define your team for the season ahead.
Here's Collins. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. And George kicks to Collins. Shot clock at 6. Collins a screen on Harden. Markkanen from outside. And the three ball is good.
How about the big-time range of Markkanen? That wasn't toes to the three-point line. That one had some distance on it.
Leonard on the wing. Back to Harden. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Offensive rebound. Here's Zubac. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
And the D getting outworked there on the putback. Can't let that happen.
You have got to put a body on somebody. We talk about it ad nauseum, but you've got to be disciplined with the box outs.
Stolen by Kessler. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Yeah, Kessler right in that restricted area. Good finish.
Los Angeles is gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Here's Leonard. It's hauled in by George.
Well, if the defense gives him that shot next time, they could get burned. I think he's just a little bit out of rhythm.
Goes back up. Kessler passes to Clarkson.
This, to me, is when Clarkson is at his best. When he's pushing the action, being aggressive, it carries over to the rest of the team, guys.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
Free throw good. Clarkson. Doris, recently the Clippers relocated their G League team, bringing basketball back to the city of San Diego.
Kevin, I absolutely love this because San Diego gets its first NBA representation since 1984. And yes, it's great for the city itself, but it's also a smart move by the NBA. You are tapping into an untouched market.
That one drops. He ties it up. You know, Greg, thinking back to the glory days in Utah, they went to back-to-back finals in 97 and 98.
Unfortunately, though, Kevin, that Stockton-Malone era, they just couldn't overcome the dynastic Bulls. The Jazz still searching for that first NBA title.
When Kawhi Leonard is healthy, Doris, no one has a bigger effect on a game than this great two-way player.
There's no question, Kevin, because of his length and savvy on the defensive end. He can swallow up individual offensive matchups. He's that good defensively. And then you think to his transition on the offensive end from a player who was a standstill shooter to now who you can run your offense through.
And the first one at the line is good. And, Doris, what's amazing to me, if you look at Kawhi Leonard's production year to year, there's no drop-off.
There's certainly consistency to what Kawhi Leonard does. When he entered the league, he was a defensive force from the outset. And then he built methodically his offensive game. Free throws, post-game, and now range shooting. He is a complete basketball player.
Both free throws good from Kawhi Leonard. And what a new era for the Clippers, Greg, playing here in their own arena, the Intuit Dome.
Yeah, no more sharing, right? No more covering up Laker banners. It feels like the Clippers are on their own 2 feet now. This was the goal for the ownership group, and they made it happen.
And Will Hardy calls timeout here. Wants to talk some things over, might be seeing some things to adjust. Eubanks, he's checked in for Zubats. Free throws, such an important part of the game. Here are the league leaders in that department. Fourth, James Harden.
I mean, he's not going to miss many foul shots. That's for sure. He is a machine when he gets to the charity stripe.
Now about 3 minutes gone in the first quarter. On the wing, Markkanen. Back to George. Outside, Markkanen. Clock at 6. Collins finds Clarkson. Three-pointer. They get it again. Kicks it out to Markkanen. Launches a three. And it's Clarkson that time on the assist by Collins. Clarkson's got 5.
We know Jordan Clarkson is a guy who likes to play fast. He's going to catch and shoot as soon as it touches his fingers.
Good on the bucket.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
They know that if this guy goes off, their chances of winning rise exponentially.
Now, here's Clarkson. 5 points in the game. On deep, Collins. Eubanks grabs the miss.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Foul for 3. The rebound by the Jazz. Kessler's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Clarkson. Up and in, off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
Well, Jordan Clarkson, a nice, efficient look there. Boy, that'll help your percentages.
Harden outside, on the wing, Batum. Over Collins. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. Utah's gone 2 of 5 from three-point land here in the first quarter. Pass to Kessler. Here's Markkanen from the arc. Eubanks grabs the miss. Leonard with the ball. An 11-point game for him in the win against the Rockets in Houston. And he drives in. And it's Utah with the rebound. And this is the first season matchup for them against this Clippers team. Markkanen passes to Clarkson. And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That's his first foul.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
The Jazz making a switch here. Sexton's checked in. Here's George. Hasn't made one yet. Markkanen a screen on Harden. 6 to shoot. Beyond the arc. And Sexton is good for 3.
Taking back the lead once more. Give these teams credit. Man, they are battling.
Neither team willing to give an inch, and neither able to seize the momentum. This has been a fascinating one to watch.
And here's Harden following Colin Sexton's 3. The shot, no good. Great D that time from Leonard. And it's Leonard with the ball. He'll bring it up for L.A. A fantastic stretch this group has strung together. 8 wins and counting.
Well, this is a basketball team that's really humming right now. And what you love is they're working together as a unit, which makes it fun to watch. What I'm curious about here is when teams start to adapt and take away their best strategy, how do they keep the streak going? Really, really interested to see how this plays out.
And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Kevin, the Clippers are inaugurating their new arena this season, and they're set to host the All-Star Game next season. It will mark the 7th time that the LA area has hosted the All-Star facilities. Kevin, there will be no shortage of stars in attendance.
That's always the way it is in LA. You're so right, David. It ought to be quite a spectacle.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
It's Harden with the drive. Can't cash in from close range.
Boy, if you're going up against this guy in this close a range, you've got to defend with everything you've got. A tremendous job defensively. There's no quitting this guy. He just gives you great effort, and he continues to give you great production.
Here's Harden. Playing Houston, he was nearly unstoppable. He made that one. Basket number 3 for him. He's also missed 2.
And he is really in a zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence.
And Will Hardy is called timeout. He's ready to talk things through with the team. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Brown is checked in for Eubanks. Jones comes in for Nicholas Batum. Amir Coffey's checked in for Kawhi Leonard. And it's Bogdan Bogdanovic in for Powell. And so it's Utah here with the ball. Down low. And he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
And a moment now to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from here for the Jazz.
We've got a bunch of this game yet to be played, but they're shooting it well from the three-point line. That's got to be a welcome sight.
You know, also, they've been incredible on the fast break, taking those chances, playing with great pace.
And that one misses. Doris, when you think of the Utah Jazz, where do they fit in a very competitive Western Conference?
Well, think about it, Kev. The Gobert and Mitchell era was successful, but they couldn't get to the ultimate prize. So then you trade those two players away, you get a load of picks. This is the direction you've chosen, but now it's going to take some time and some patience.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
The three from Harden. Filipowski grabs the board. Jazz leading by 3. Pass to Collier. Here's the teardrop. It doesn't go for him. Good D by Harden. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
And Bogdanovich kicks to Harden. Lays it up off the glass. Harden's got 9.
I'll tell you what, James Harden has got the kind of frame that he can absorb contact and play right through it.
Pass to Markkanen. Takes the 3. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Coming into this, having notched a win against the Rockets in their last game.
Yeah, their long-range artillery hit the mark more often than not. A great equalizer when you're on the road.
It's always a good thing when the defense is scrambling. Whenever there was open space on the perimeter, their shooters were able to locate it.
Here's Collier. Clippers able to drain the 3. And Markkanen throws it down.
I love it when Markkanen decides to throw it down. Show some fire on that finish.
And here's Harden. He's got 9. 40 seconds left to play in the first. And it's good for 2. And the Clippers lead by 2.
And that's definitely a shot that he has in his arsenal.
Here's Collier, guarded by Harden. Markkanen against Jones. Right side, Markkanen. Shoots from the elbow. And it's Collier missing. Coffey passes to Jones. Now here's Brown. From deep, Harden. Connects again from distance.
It's amazing what his ability to stretch the floor has done for the offense.
He now has the second most threes in league history and will immediately start gunning for that #1 spot.
And right now, sitting atop the mountain is the incomparable Steph Curry. Many have predicted his record won't be broken anytime soon. We'll see.
James Harden getting it done for the LA Clippers. That quarter had to take a lot out of him. He racked up 12 points. Back to the action in just a minute. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And let's take a moment here to get your guys' take on scoring so far for the Clippers.
Absolutely dialed in from beyond the arc so far in this one. The defense is surrendering the long-range shot here early on.
And they've also shown dominance in the paint so far tonight, really putting the work in down low.
Jazz trail by 5. Derek Jones is out there with Brown. Then there's Bogdanovich. Then it's Chris Dunn. And it's Coffey in at the 3. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. Kept alive. Here's Filipowski. Bank shot. No good. And Jones now atop the key. Botches the breakaway layup.
Oh, that's a golden opportunity to finish on the break, and he blows it.
It was right there for him. He'd love to have that one back. That was embarrassing.
And awards now have a minimum amount of games needed to qualify. An interesting twist in this whole story.
Yeah, and it seems logical because of the uproar from the fans and the media that they implement this. And how can you be that impactful in reality, though, if you only play half the year?
Here's Collier. Chris Dunn making his last shot. Pass to Clarkson. It's hauled in by Brown. Brown's got 4 rebounds in this game. And here's Bogdanovich. And it's out of bounds to the Clippers as the Clippers retain possession. As we get a break in the action, let's take a peek at the team's scoring leaders. Fourth, the Clippers.
And how about the year they've had offensively? This is a team that can put points on the board in a hurry. Always fun to watch them play.
And here in the second with about a minute and a half gone by. Here's Coffey. That falls. Nice feed that time from Bogdanovich. Coffey's got the lead up to 7 now for the Clippers. Here's Filipowski. Nails the baby hook. Filipowski's got 4 this quarter.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Pass to Jones. Nailed from three-point land. Jones has got 6.
And if you look at this first half, overall, they've just had the better shot selection.
And I think, obviously, we see the execution and the willingness to make the next pass so important.
Here's Filipowski. He's coming off a 13-point game against the Kings in Sacramento.
Well, that possession, to me, highlights the importance of creating for your teammates.
Now, here's Dunn. 6-point game. Here's Coffey. Here's Brown. Rebound, Utah.
Boy, 9 times out of 10, that's going in. I'm sure he surprised himself with the miss.
Clarkson, again, the Jazz score.
Jordan Clarkson just has tremendous feel on the offensive end, and he's so quick with his decision-making.
And Tyronn Lue calls timeout. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations. And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Ben Simmons, he's checked in for Brown. Batum comes in for Derek Jones. Leonard, he's checked in for Amir Coffey. And it's Mills in for Chris Dunn. And a switcher also for Utah. Martin's checked in for Clarkson. Pass to Mills. And here's Bogdanovich for 3. Los Angeles with another miss. Jazz trail by 4. Here's Collier. Nothing on the board. And finished off by Martin.
I'll tell you, that vertical ability he has puts him in select company in NBA power forwards. May not have great size, but boy, he plays bigger than it.
Leonard with no one around. And the Clippers miss again.
Boy, he won't miss many from that spot. The defense gets lucky there.
Recently, Doris, the Clippers have had their most successful stretch in franchise history.
Well, think about it, Kevin. They've only missed the playoffs twice, going all the way back to 2012. They made their first conference finals in team history back in 2021. Not bad for a franchise that had one of the worst win-loss records in league history.
Now, here's Mills after Colin Sexton's miss. And that one, good. And the Clippers lead by 4.
Now, Patty Mills is one of those shoot-first kind of players because it's always been his role. That time in the mid-range, quite effective.
Here's Collier. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Sacramento. Here's Martin. Kawhi Leonard with the rebound.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
Right. He stays connected, and great timing on the contest.
And here we can check out the story for Colin Sexton.
And the biggest takeaway when you look at his numbers is how good his three-point shooting has been the past 5 games. He's finding the open spots on the perimeter, and when he's getting good looks, boy, he is not missing.
That free throw good from Leonard.
Watching Kawhi enter the league as a lockdown defender and now become an all-around champion, boy, what a career he has had.
Here's what Utah's going with right now. Walker Kessler, he's checked in for Filipowski. And it's John Collins in for Martin. Both free throws good from Kawhi Leonard. Well, Greg, over the last few seasons, one area of consistency for the Jazz has been their rebounding.
Yeah, and they have some size, and they make controlling the boards a focal point. When you're playing Utah, you better be ready to put a body on somebody.
Out in his zone on the break. And Bogdanovich, the bucket on the assist by Mills. Bogdanovich has got the lead up to 8 now for the Clippers. Here's Collier, covered by Mills. Pass to Sexton. Collins, a screen on Bogdanovich. Greg Collins Sexton, still so young. He entered the league when he was just 19.
Yeah, drafted back in 2018. Sexton has a few years left in his 20s, so you expect him to continue to expand his game and improve on both ends.
First free throw is good. ADB, what do you make of Colin Sexton's nickname, Young Bull?
Kevin, I think it's a very apt moniker because this guy is relentless. He attacks you with his defense. He's going to come at you with a ton of youthful energy, and he will not back down.
And Sexton drops them both.
The way he's shooting free throws tonight, you simply don't want to put him there.
Clippers leading by 6. Now here's Simmons, still without a basket. Pass to Mills. Here's Bogdanovich. Hendricks pulls it in. The Jazz have gotten exactly half their shots to go down here in the second, 5 of 10. Leonard with the steal. And now the Clippers on the break. Here's Simmons. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. And this is what the schedule looks like for the Clippers. On Monday, they'll be playing against Draymond Green and the Golden State Warriors. And then on Wednesday, they'll defend home court against the Orlando Magic.
And that game against Sacramento, this is one where it would take a complete meltdown for them not to come away with the win. Anything can happen, but I'd be shocked if they don't come out on top.
That's good from Simmons. You know, Doris, Ben Simmons has certainly had a turbulent career, hasn't he?
Oh, my goodness. There's no question, Kevin. You begin with some of the injury challenges he's had throughout. Started in his rookie season, has continued throughout some of the years. There's also been questions about the balance in his game. Obviously, perimeter shooting has been a weakness. But the first and most important thing Ben has to do is get healthy, Kevin.
And they're really getting more points at the free throw line here in the second quarter.
Collins passes to Sexton. Outside, Markkanen. The basket good off the assist from Sexton. Markkanen's got his 3rd basket of the night right there. And Simmons has got the ball here for L.A. It's a 5-point game. And the timeout called here by Tyronn Lue. He wants to regroup and go over the strategy. Clarkson, he's checked in for Sexton. While there's a chance, let's show you the teams that have thrived on a fast break this season. 5th, the Jazz.
I think that's what really distinguishes them offensively. They really like to get out in transition.
Mills finds Batum. Now here's Powell. Shoots from the baseline. That's good on the jump shot. Powell's got his first basket of the night.
Well, the more Norman Powell makes these shots, the more confidence he gains, the more of a problem he becomes.
Outside, Markkanen. Kessler. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Mills looking it over. Pass to Batum.
One of the things I admire most about Nick Batum is how consistently he gives effort through 48 minutes. Plays with his head in the game and giving his all-out effort every play.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Numbers this year at the line below 70, so when he's getting to the line, not nearly as effective as you'd like.
And that one misses.
We got this.
He hits the second from the line. Jazz trail by 8. Clarkson outside. Pass to Collins. The 3. It's hauled in by Coffey. Los Angeles has gotten a lot of looks from outside tonight. 5 of 12. And yes, it's good. Coffey's got the lead up to 10 now for Los Angeles.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly, and capitalizing.
Three-pointer, Markkanen. Powell pulls it in. Here's the Clippers. They're on a 13-5 run. Fires the 3. A shot by Batum, no good. Utah has gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. And up top, covered by Mills. The shot by Markkanen, nobody around. Kicks it out to Collins. No good on the 3.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
And this is where you hope that he can find something easy so he can see the ball go through the net.
Here's Simmons following the bucket by the Jazz. And again, no good by the Clippers. Outside, Markkanen. Outside, Collins. From deep, George. Simmons pulls it in. Los Angeles leading by 8. 1:43 left to play here in the half. Now Powell. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Basket, good. Powell's got 4 points in the quarter.
This is Powell at his best. In attack mode, he is hard to stop.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
And Will Hardy calls timeout here. He wants to check in with his team and regroup. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Simmons. Jones comes in for Nicholas Batum. Kawhi Leonard is checked in for Amir Coffey. And it's James Harden in for Patty Mills. And the Jazz with possession here, trailing by 10. There's the lob to the hoop. Collins kicks to Clarkson. And good. He got the English that time as it falls. Clarkson's got 11.
And Kevin, they started the game shooting it so well. I'm surprised they haven't continued. They've got to get back to their strength.
Now here's Powell. His last outing, he had 8 points. Pushing it up. Shot from 16. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. There's 45 seconds left now here in the second. Harden the pass to Powell. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. Powell's got 7 now in this quarter.
Well, it looks like he has put that rough first quarter in the rear view. He's starting to cook here in the second.
Collins, a screen on Powell. Inside. Collins passes to Kessler. Excellent defense there from Zubac. Clippers leading by 11. Here's Leonard in the paint. Kawhi gets it done.
Such a strong wing. Kawhi can more than handle his own down low.
Clarkson surveying the floor. Shoots over Powell. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And so it's Los Angeles looking at a 13-point lead heading into the next quarter. They've got their field goal percentage to thank for that. They've been hot from all over the floor tonight. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Hey, Kevin, thanks. Hey, James, we know that scoring seems to come easy for you. How do you create that mentality out there?
I just like to have fun. It's all for the kids. It's all for the fans. I think that's what we're here for. And so, guys just go out there and compete, have fun, and just play hard.
My family doesn't think it's all for the kids, but I appreciate your sentiment. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David, for that interview. And we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
Greetings, everybody. Before we review the first half, let's take an early season peek at how the Western Conference is shaking out so far. Several teams wrestling for position there. I know wrestling is an arena you have some experience in, Shaq.
Absolutely. I remain undefeated as a wrestler. Just don't check the tape.
But hope you're better in the ring.
You talk and keep, Kenny. I'll at you from the rope top.
Or you keep. You talk and keep, Kenny.
You talk and keep.
And looking now at that first half, anything that could have gone wrong did go wrong for the Utah Jazz.
I get trying to play fast and loose, but if you're too loose with the shot selection, you'll end up wasting possessions.
Yeah, and if you're going to keep taking threes, might as well move to Jacksonville.
Thank you for being with us. Now let's send it to Kevin Harlan for the second half tip.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. A fantastic game from Harden in this one.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
And part of that has to do with his mindset. He has been looking to push the action at every opportunity, and he has been in attack mode all night.
Jazz trail by 13, and so in the game for the Jazz. In it forward, it's going to be Markkanen and Collins. Clarkson is out there with Keontae George. And it's Kessler in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
Well, nice job to capitalize right there in an instance where all you got to do is catch and shoot.
The 7th pick in 2017, Lauri Markkanen. Almost a throw-in that Donovan Mitchell trade.
That's incredible to think of now in the context of this guy becoming an all-star in his own right, Kevin. I mean, Markkanen is a 7-footer who's got efficient offensive numbers, like 50, 40, 90 type numbers. He is an uncommon talent.
It's rebounded by Leonard. And so it's Leonard with it. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. This is the most they've led by 13 points. Leonard, full speed ahead. And good that time. Leonard's got 10 points in the game. The Jazz shooting just 39% from the field, struggling to find that net. Pass to Collins. Over Jones. On the money from 12 feet away. Collins has got his first points in this one.
Typically, you see John Collins work the mid-range at some point. He's dialed in right there.
The shot by Powell, no good. Jazz trail by 13. Outside, George. Stolen by Harden. And here comes Harden, leading the fast break. And he lays it up and in. 14 points for him.
One of the great NBA players one-on-one in the history of the game, James Harden, has got a rhythm, and that's trouble.
Powell against Markkanen. 6 on the shot clock. Kessler passes to Collins. Clarkson for 3. The Clippers grab the miss. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third.
Come get it.
Pass to Powell. Lets it go from deep. A rebound by the Jazz. Kessler's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. To the middle. Out to Clarkson. Here's Markkanen. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Zubac has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. For the NBA, content continues to be king. Commissioner Adam Silver says the biggest issue for streaming services is what's called churn. To cancel is just a click. So it's more pay for play these days. We have to focus on people staying with you and having great content throughout the year. Kevin?
Yeah, you know, he's doing a great job, isn't he, David? Thank you so much. Now here's Jones. Jordan Clarkson missing his last shot. Harden outside. That's in, coming off an assist from Jones. Harden's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Well, the advantage they have right now is largely based on his play. What an outstanding night.
And Will Hardy calls timeout here. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team. For the Clippers, Eubanks, he's checked in for Zubac. Amir Coffey comes in for Leonard. And it's Bogdanovich in for Powell. Jazz trail by 18. We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. Pass to Clarkson. Over Bogdanovich. And Clarkson gets it to go on the assist by George. George has got 3 assists now in this one. Harden with it. 17 points in the game. Over George. Harden's shot is good. Harden's got 7 points here in this quarter.
And James Harden, simply stated, is putting it to the defense right now. Somebody has got to step up and get the ball out of his hands.
Back to George. Three-pointer, Markkanen. Offensive rebound. Kessler. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. All right, well, look at how the hustle game has been going for Los Angeles.
All game long, they've had active hands and really out in the passing lanes. And that aggression on defense has resulted in a ton of steals.
And you also have to love the way they've gotten out and run in transition. A ton of good chances tonight simply from being willing to run the floor.
He misses the free throw. BB, one thing about Kessler, he will challenge anybody at the rim. Wow.
There's no question, Kevin. Walker Kessler is one of those guys who's not afraid to get dunked on. He is a rim protector of the highest order. He's going to win some, he's going to lose some, but he's always going to try to do his job.
Chris Dunn's checked in for James Harden. He's off on the second.
Well, from the moment he stepped into the league, Walker Kessler proved he was a rotation player. He gives you unbelievable defense, aggressive rebounding, and very good inside scoring.
They get it back. Here's Dunn. The layup off target. Jazz trail by 18. And stolen by Dunn. To the inside. Gets it to fall. The bucket from Eubanks. Eubanks got his first bucket of the night.
An example of Dunn showing just how unselfish he is, moving the ball well.
Pass to Collins. And stolen by Bogdanovich. Here's Jones. And slammed in by Jones.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
At the end of the day, though, it's 2 points. Don't hang your heads. Let's get refocused and play with more patience.
Utah with the ball after the basket by Los Angeles. The Jazz again can't hit it.
I'll tell you, you hate to pin this on one person, but his inefficiencies at the offensive end are holding this group back.
Jones sets the pick for Dunn. There's the drive. And let's take a moment to show you the NBA's best rebounding teams over the last 10 games. The Clippers, number 1.
What a show of strength in terms of rebounding. I mean, they've really controlled the glass here of late, playing with some extreme physicality.
The free throw drops in for Dunn. And the Jazz with some changes. Filipowski comes in for Collins. And it's Sexton in for George. And so he's able to get 1 of 2. Utah's gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. That's good by Filipowski. Filipowski's got 10 points in the game.
It's not just the decision-making, it's the ability to put the pass where it needs to be, when it needs to be there. Mr. Markkanen, well done, sir.
Now here's Jones. 11 points in the game. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%. 5 for 7. And so Sexton will bring it up for the Utah Jazz. And when this game is done with, they'll be off to Los Angeles, taking on the Lakers. They're in the midst of a 4-game road trip right now. That'll be game number 3. Over to the wing. Dunn, right side. To the wing on the left. Here's Coffey. No good with the triple. Jazz trail by 21. Sexton kicks to Clarkson. 6 to shoot. Here's Sexton. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. He's got 11.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Pass to Bogdanovich. Back to Dunn. Misses in close. For Utah, they've gotten 6 of their 12 shots to drop for him here in the second half so far.
And a chance here to look at the numbers for Clarkson. He's right around 13 points a night, 2 assists and 2 rebounds. I mean, the numbers aren't bad on their own, but he knows that he can help this team in a bigger way.
And sometimes it comes down to the flow of the offense. One night it's your night, another night perhaps it's somebody else's.
And he knocks down the first one.
When I think about Colin Sexton, the first couple things that come to mind, speed and confidence. It is what makes him such a good scorer.
And the Clippers making a change here. Batum's checked in. Then for the Jazz, Hendricks is checked in. And it's Collier in for Jordan Clarkson. And Sexton drops them both.
And how about the explosiveness of Sexton, a crafty floor general who is consistent in how hard he attacks the defense.
Now, here's Dunn. He's averaging a bit over 5 points a game. Right side, Bogdanovich. Shoots a 3. That's in, coming off an assist from Dunn. Bogdanovich has got 5.
Oh, he is so good from deep. Bogdan is even better shooting out of the corner.
Here's Sexton, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. 3 trips to the line so far for him in this one.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
Shooting 2.
Free throw good, Sexton. Second free throw, no good.
And just so frustrating for a team when you collectively go cold at the line. And that's happened to them here in the second half.
Done. Filipowski grabs the board. Filipowski's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Hendricks passes to Collier. Pass to Filipowski. Here's Collier. Dunn covering. Now here's Markkanen. Just 5 on the clock. Drops in the tray. He's got 14.
Well, you have got to be willing to close when Markkanen is out on the perimeter. His shot will punish you because it's a sweet shooting stroke.
Gets it to fall. The bucket from Eubanks. Jazz trail by 18. Outside, Sexton. Back to Markkanen. From deep. It's hauled in by Dunn. Los Angeles has gotten the three-pointer to fall to the tune of 50% here in the third quarter. They've made 3 of 6. 1:02 left in the third quarter. The rebound by Collier. Collier's got his 4th rebound in this one.
Boy, what a nightmare quarter for this guy. He's playing right into the hands of the defense at this point.
Clippers leading by 18. Dunn kicks to Bogdanovich. Pass to Eubanks. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. A shot by Batum, no good. And so Sexton will bring it up for the Jazz. Markkanen from outside. Batum grabs the miss. The Clippers shooting an efficient 53% from the field. Outside, Bogdanovich. 20 feet out. Filipowski grabs the board.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
And so it's Los Angeles, holding a big 18-point lead to close the quarter. Their defense has been active and effective. We come back right after this. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Nothing better than chemistry, right? Working together to create a bucket.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Clippers leading by 18. So with Harden on the bench, here's who Tyronn Lue's going with. You got Drew Eubanks. Chris Dunn is out there with Bogdanovich. Then there's Batum, and it's Coffey in at the 3, the small forward. Outside, Batum. His three-pointer's off the mark.
Boy, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The free throw drops for Collier. For the Clippers, Zubac is checked in for Eubanks. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Amir Coffey. And Norman Powell subbed in for Bogdan Bogdanovich. Mikhailuk's checked in for Utah. Both shots good from the stripe. And here is Dunn. Outside, Batum. Back to Dunn. Pass to Powell. Leonard on the wing. Dunn outside. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. And the Clippers lead by 19.
Well, just nice to see the time spent in the gym by Chris Dunn coming to fruition on that jumper.
They set the pick. That's a 2 from Sexton. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. Just over a minute played here in the fourth. Leonard on the wing. Clippers working now with the new shot clock. Powell, that's good.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
Shoots it up. And it's Collier missing. Los Angeles leading by 19 points. Here's Powell. And it's Dunn in the corner. Here's Zubac. Nice work on the boards. Paying off with the basket.
You love to see Zubac get after it on the window. Use that size and strength.
Jazz shooting 40% from the field. Here's Collier. And he's going up for the alley-oop.
What a terrific pass. Work the ball inside and create a good look for your teammate.
And so here are the Clippers. Earlier, they held a 23-point lead. Zubac, a screen on Sexton. Powell. And off the front iron, and in it goes.
You've got to be able to manipulate pick and roll. Norman Powell taking what the defense gives him. That's really nice.
Sexton against Powell. Sexton the pass to Mikhailuk. Here's Collier. Dunn covering. Clock at 4. Here's Sexton. That's his 6th field goal today, and that makes him now 6 for 11.
You know, if you're only looking at the way he's played offensively, you'd think his team would have the lead.
Dunn looking over the floor. Baseline Jay on the way, and it's wide right. It's off the rim.
I'll tell you, even though he's not playing his best basketball, the team has played well and picked it up. I love it.
Mikhailuk can't get it to go. And here's Dunn. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. They have a 19-point lead. Powell, the pass to Batum. And it's off from 3-point range.
I'll tell you, it has not been this guy's best night, but the teammates have been there to pick up the slack. Love it.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's going to go on Norman Powell.
Well, you love the fearless nature of Colin Sexton. Forces the issue, gets himself to the free throw line.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good. And Los Angeles with some changes. Derek Jones, he's checked in for Batum. And it's Mills in for Dunn. So Utah going with an almost entirely new group here. And Sexton drops them both.
Really getting after the defense since the break. He's so hard to keep off the line when he pushes the action.
Now here's Mills. Over George. And again, it's the Clippers missing. Pass to Collins. And here's Sexton. Kessler a screen on Powell. And Kessler throws it down.
Well, tremendous strength and authority on that dunk. Nicely done, Walker Kessler.
Outside, Jones. Zubac's a screen on Collins. Plenty of daylight on that shot. And the Clippers lead by 17.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
You know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
Now Mills. Leonard on the wing. Zubac with the screen for Leonard. And it's sent back by Kessler.
This guy is a constant threat on the defensive end. Send it back, Walker.
Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Eubanks, he's checked in for Zubac. Batum comes in for Jones. Amir Coffey's checked in for Kawhi Leonard. And it's Bogdanovich in for Powell. And a switcher also for Utah. Clarkson's checked in. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Markkanen.
Yeah, gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
But a really good read on his part, being disruptive at the defensive end right now.
Here's Clarkson, and he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Bounce pass Mills, and Tyronn Lue calls timeout. And he wants to see some changes out there right away and right now. So, for the Clippers, Simmons checked in for Eubanks. Derek Jones comes in for Nicholas Batum. And it's James Harden in for Patty Mills. With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Well, guys, over the break, I was able to listen to Tyronn Lue's huddle. He told them pedal to the metal, adding, we're ahead out here, but it's not over yet. Don't start celebrating in your head when there's work to be done on the floor. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David. And again, no good by the Clippers. Here's the Jazz with the ball. They're on a 12-4 run right now. Markkanen kicks to George. Nice ball movement by Utah. Clock at 6. Markkanen can't hit from the elbow. Clippers leading by 13. Pass to Jones. Kessler against Simmons. Over Kessler. Ben Simmons gets the bucket.
Simmons, guys, always encouraging him to fire from the mid-range. Nice delivery there.
Clarkson outside. On the wing, Markkanen. A three-pointer off the mark.
Just not much success when it comes to shooting.
And it's Simmons penetrating. And then Simmons slams it in.
Simmons with a little flair and flash. Let him feel all of your basketball ability, Ben Simmons.
Outside, Markkanen. Back to George. An easy 2 points on the layup.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
The Clippers have gone 7 of 15 from the floor here in the fourth, right around 46-47%. Simmons, a screen on Markkanen. Here's Bogdanovich. Count the basket.
Showing off his inside game. Bogdan is an all-around scorer.
Jazz trail by 17. Outside Collins. Pass to Clarkson. And all around the rim that time before dropping in. Now that's 17 points for Jordan Clarkson. Outside, Jones. Back to Harden. Here's Coffey. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. Harden's got 3 assists now in this one.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it? If you space the floor well enough, it's almost impossible for the defense to account for everyone.
Harden, that's good. Harden's got 21 in the game.
Looking to close it out. That one might have been the backbreaker.
Well, at this point, they're so far up, it would take a real collapse to give this game away at this point.
Utah calls timeout. 1:58 left here in the fourth quarter. And now, let's present our New Balance Player of the Game, James Harden.
And his percentage from the field tonight seems almost made up. I didn't think it was possible to have that kind of success shooting the basketball. You need a little bit of luck, a bunch of hard work, and a whole lot of talent.
The better he played, the more these fans got revved up. And that continued to play out over the course of his amazing performance. To Clarkson. Greg, a lot of parity around the NBA. You think fans like that?
It's a great question, Kevin. And there are trade-offs, but as a league, you've got to foster competition and live with the results. And the reality is, doesn't it feel better when there are more teams that have a legitimate chance to win it all?
Beauchamp misses. Jazz trail by 20.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Clippers.
As one-sided as it gets today, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And it'll advance their win total up to 12 on the season.
And this is a great way for them to kick off this season series. 2 more games ahead, and they've taken the mental advantage with this win tonight.
And when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for James Harden.
No doubt he came to play tonight. This guy has been aggressive and effective.
Mills passes to Beauchamp. Wants to get it to Simmons and does. Plays it up and banks it in. And the Clippers lead by 17.
And you can sense that these fans, these players, they are ready to celebrate.
Well, for all intents and purposes, this game is over. Just a matter of time here.
And no one near Clarkson as he lets it go. The shot's good on the assist by George.
You can see Keontae George, a guy who can score it, but that ability to pass and complement that scoring, so critical.
Simmons dishes to Powell. Simmons with it. So the Clippers winning this one easily. Some good moments throughout this one, but they had the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, I love the way they executed on both ends of the floor, completely under control for the vast majority of the game. And whenever there was a misstep, they just didn't allow it to fester, and that's why they're going to walk away with the win.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Hey, Kevin, thank you. Kawhi, the play of the reserves was great tonight. What does that say about this team?
That's what's great about us. We have a great bench coming in right behind us, picking up the tempo and playing great and playing great defense as well.
Well, it was a team effort tonight that got you the victory, man. I appreciate your time. Kevin?
All right, David, thank you. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, and the rest of our terrific crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. But as we go, let's take a look at our player of the game, James Harden.